Hey guys, Vaughn Fry, that's YouTube's #1 Netflix commentary track provider, and I am going to be covering today Bad Boys from 1995, starring Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. And yes, back when this was released, Martin Lawrence had top billing. If you'd like to sync this up with your, well, not quite copy of Bad Boys over on Netflix, but your streaming experience, go ahead, start up Bad Boys, queue up to 0000, and hit play now. So this is one of my favorite films. This is a beautiful movie. Everything about it looks fantastic. I haven't watched it all the way in HD yet, but this was the very first film I watched on DVD. It was the first movie I watched on HBO, and this was the favorite film of my late grandparents. My grandfather, he liked Martin. My grandmother liked Fresh Prince. I'm like, hey, you know there's a movie with both of them in it? They're like, get out of town. Turn this on. Oh, man, they were having a blast. This movie, I also believe, has the best, maybe the best score of the 90s, but I would say the best soundtrack of the 90s. It has a very interesting soundtrack that blends hip-hop and industrial rock. We got is it Mark Mancina doing the score here? Great opening, oftentimes cut when this is shown on TV. They have this beautiful gels look with the warm appearance. You can't get that today. Nowadays, they try to do this digitally and everybody just comes out orange. So we're establishing here that Martin Lawrence is the family man. He's not getting his sex at home. And Mike Lowry, that's Will Smith, he has the money. Talks about this car going 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. That's pretty good still, but a 911 turbo would do much better than that now. I think it's like 2.7, maybe. Well, I don't think there's a current turbo, but the previous generation. I know my cars. That's a 911 from 1994. They called this the 3.6. And it wasn't quite the top dog at the time. It wasn't the Turbo S slant nose or nothing that Michael Jordan had. But it was the director's car. So this is Michael Bay's personal car that they're using in the film. This movie, remarkable. It was like a $20 million budget. Made $140 million in theaters. That's Lisa Boyle, softcore adult star. I'm eating Reese's Pieces, by the way. Okay, now this guy, the big guy with the gun, he died about 13 years ago. I think overweight. Was he saying he's 350 weighing Popeye chicken? Okay, Popeye's really relevant right now. I didn't even know about Popeyes being a chicken brand at the time of this movie. Other guy with the gun, Kim Carnes. No, wait, that can't be right. Kim Coates. That's it. He was also, you may not recognize him. He looks so different with weight put on, but he was the guy that tried to do a little bit of kidnapping over on Waterworld. But he's mostly known for that Sons of Anarchy show. I love this. These guys are going to jack the car, and the guys they're trying to jack the car from are getting into a fight. They turn it around. It makes a movie reference, to which this is a weird thing because this is a better movie than Passenger 57. Usually references come up in films that are not as good. The Bad Boys logo there. Now look at this sign, Miami. That sign does not actually exist. There is no Miami sign. People go to Miami looking for the iconic Miami sign from Bad Boys. They actually took that down. They made it just for this film, and it serves as a point to show the setting without it being a title card. But they brought in a different sign with a different font for Bad Boys 2, and I think that there is a Miami sign also in Pain and Gain. But they're not, it's not real. And that's the odd thing about that. Michael Imperioli, he has a small role selling tires. Yeah, you'll recognize a lot of names here. Joey Pantoliano, Michael Imperioli, both being on The Sopranos. There's also some weird red herrings. There's Mark Mancina. I could be pronouncing that wrong. I sure hope not. The score throughout this kicks ass. I mean, this is a highly listenable soundtrack. And if you go pick up the CD, as I did, obviously, it does include the opening theme, and it has a lot of the rap songs on it, like Tupac, but it doesn't necessarily have all of the industrial stuff, like Dink's Angels and Stabbing Westward. '95 also a good year for Chechki Caro here. Caro or Cairo? Chechki, okay? He was in Goldeneye, another excellent action film of 1995. In 1995, brought the action. I mentioned Waterworld. There's Bad Boys, Goldeneye. The top grossing film of 1995, Die Hard with a Vengeance. And that's really quite surprising when you think about it, because not only was it not like a phenomenal gross by today's standards, but movies made less back then because they were affordable to go to, and people didn't feel like they had to see them 20 times to prove themselves to the geekdom. It wasn't a thing back then. They also didn't play internationally so much. They didn't exploit China. There wasn't anything playing in the Middle East. But yeah, the action genre was on top. And we have, okay, as the film goes, we got these cops running around. Nice helicopter shots. It's so hard to get an actual helicopter in a movie. To which I don't look forward to Bad Boys 3 because the trailer is presenting me a bunch of CGI helicopters. And you know, if Michael Bay was directing, that probably wouldn't necessarily be the case. Or hell, it could be, but it would have great explosions. I wasn't really seeing that. I was seeing a lot of what looked like cheap digital photography. It looked a little bit like Michael Mann's Miami Vice from, 2006? And how that was shot digital, and it looked like garbage, just from an aesthetics view. That's what a lot of the action scenes look like in Bad Boys 3's trailer. Plus, it's a little weird. Mike Lowrey has the Ferrari 575M, I believe, in Bad Boys 2, and now he has gone down to the base portion. Okay, it's a 4S, but it's not as cool as a turbo, though granted it is more capable than the one he has this movie. It's not I guess it is the top dog until they release a turbo, but it just seems odd. It's certainly not as exclusive as a Ferrari. And I'm finding that M&Ms are not a great candy for doing the commentary track. It's going to be a loud crunch. Let me tough talk over. What do you know? The security guard was snoozing at just the right time when they do the switcheroo on the cameras. We've got vent crawling before Tom Cruise does it in Mission Impossible. Give him a little injection. I guess they're going to put him asleep because you go for something else for a kill, right? What are these guys stealing? Where are they? Well, they're at the police department. What are they stealing? Evidence locker? What do they got? Freeze that lock, which I'm pretty sure a bolt cutter could have taken care of that quicker. Sure looks cooler to freeze it. Everything about this, Michael Bay was looking for some kind of kinetic effect to every... Like, look at this. Do we have to have like a rocket sled look for this? He went out of his way to really make sure that this looked fantastic. Michael Bay at the time was directing music videos and videos for Playboy. I watched one of the videos he did for Playboy, and let me tell you, all right, first of all, the girl was stacked. Second, the best produced Playboy, like Playmate, was she a Playmate of the Month type thing? It was like a centerpiece on her. Wow. It looked as good as its music videos, which people deride as being a ripoff of, shit. Don't want to be forgetting names right now. The director of Alien 3. Everybody's all up. David Fincher, right? Well, the truth is that they both worked for propaganda films and they made ads in like the early 90s. And their commercials had a Ridley Scott look. And I think that as that look went, they learned the Ridley Scott appearance for ads. They took it to music videos. But David Fincher made thrillers with it. Michael Bay went and made action films with it. I have a feeling now I might have called Michael Bay Michael Mann at some point. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. Yeah. At any rate, this will look a bit like a Tony Scott film also because produced by Jerry Bruckheimer. And Jerry Bruckheimer's stuff in the 90s, even mid-80s forward to through the 90s, had a certain look to it. We're establishing Marcus Burnett, Martin Lawrence, as the family man. He really seems to be the central character compared to Mike Lowrey. He has more time alone on screen. And also the kind of identity swap thing mostly centers around him coming up. By the way, sure hope you saw this movie before you listen to this commentary. We got a kid rollerblading. I swear, that is not a thing anymore. A few years ago, I saw some girls rollerblading at the park where I run. I said, do people still rollerblade? And like, we do. Other than that, I haven't seen anybody do it. Like, since the 90s. A very 90s but posh look on Will Smith here. How many of these kids are going to be returning for Bad Boys 3? I think in his review, Roger Ebert was a little lukewarm on the thumbs down. He did like the way the movie looked, but maybe felt that he really liked Lethal Weapon 1 and 2, and so this might have been stepping on that territory to him. But he said that it could have had the same kind of longevity with sequels as Lethal Weapon. Unfortunately, they sure do take their sweet time between movies. This 95, Bad Boys 2 comes out 2003. I'll be doing a commentary track on that soon. And then Bad Boys 3 is going to be 2020. So we're waiting, quite a ways. 8 years, 17 years, like... Good grief, guys, get it together. This kind of looks like what a police office could potentially look like. The precinct, like, look, there's desks set up. The ceiling's a bit high. It looks a little bit like a bank in a way. I do know that a bank is used for the Club Hell scene. Joey Pantoliano, whom I just watched Goonies. And he had a hairpiece in Goonies. I believe he has a hairpiece here. He does not have a hairpiece in Matrix. He has a hairpiece in Bad Boys 2, and he most certainly has one in Bad Boys 3. I don't know, he's kind of thinning up there. Does anyone put on a thinning hairpiece? I do love him as the little, but punchy, angry, pissed captain. So, this gal over here, Mark Helgenberger, drops by. Okay, so he's Captain Sinclair. He's a different captain. Okay, so but we never find out who's the brass above them. She doesn't have a lot to do in this movie, and you kind of think maybe she's in on this in a way. And watch, you'll see her turn and say like, "Sanchez Ruiz, you're late," and you're thinking, okay, so she's talking about it being an inside job. Watch, Sanchez Ruiz, you're late. You're thinking, okay. Why point that out? Were they in on it? And that's a red herring setup. Oh yeah, this is a brilliant design. Okay, so the guys knew the design. We're going to go investigate the architecture. These guys do a little bit of ball busting. Martin Lawrence, far skinnier here than he is in 2. Certainly skinnier than he is in 3. Joey Pants, as I believe people typically refer to him. This was the first DVD commentary track that I listened to. I watched this. It was a Christmas/birthday present. I think mostly birthday present from my best friend back in 2000. I had just gotten my PlayStation 2. The family's first DVD player. Everybody was kind of thrilled by that. First DVD we watch. first DVD owned, and then immediately after I listened to the DVD commentary track and just thought that was thrilling as all hell. Now, the ball busting that they do over here with these cops, they're replaced by a different duo in Bad Boys 2. But they're not playing the same characters, but they may as well be. That one of them is, his name's Nestor Serrano. He was on 24. You know, when they brought back 24 with the black guy, he was in a few episodes of that. Am I getting him? Am I getting the name mixed up though with the guy that played the mayor that got killed in Dark Knight Rises at the football stadium? Jojo, what do you know? Oh, I just do tires now. Not the first role for Michael Imperioli. He was in Goodfellas, to which I feel like they took a lot from Goodfellas and also put that into The Sopranos. You'll excuse me, I gotta take a... Whoa, shit. A loud knock right there was me hitting my mic arm as I'm going to take a swig of Rockstar energy drink. Not sponsored, but I should be. A boxing gym, dimly lit. We got giant fans. Man, it looks grungy, doesn't it? I don't know a whole lot about this gal here. I think she was a model. Say her name is it Maxine? What? Yeah, they call her Max, don't they? Actually, Martin Lawrence can box. He was a Gold Gloves fighter. Anyway, she's tall. I think she's like 6 feet, but not an actress. Michael Bay had connections with hot babes throughout his career. In fact, no girl looks hotter than she does in a Michael Bay project. He gets the most out of that. So she was not an actress, but he was somebody that he thought he could bring onto this project. And I think she was really intimidated by the guns, was really concerned about that stuff when in a scene coming up. All right. You done, Marcus? Look at that belt on... You'd almost think he was Batman with that belt, wouldn't you? I like that turtleneck t-shirt thing. Oh, now the dramatic shift in cars. Dun, 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 dun. It's almost funny hearing the music kick in when they're just driving a beater. Oh, they got windows. Yeah, we can look in that. Not by the book cops at all. Oh, I tripped. The handle just opened. Look at the way how this is shot with them in focus through the chandelier. I'm afraid to say some of the stuff they're saying in this movie at the risk of the demonetization gods. But I will tell you this. You catch this on TV. This used to play on Fox a lot. I've seen it from time to time on like TNT, TBS, probably TNT. And Martin Lawrence's voice is dubbed over for half of his dialogue. There's a funny scene at Club Hell where they switch some stuff around, and it's like Will Smith's voice gets replaced, and instead of saying "Who tore off and whooped your ass," he says, "Where have you been?" on the TV edit. Sells ventilation plans. The bad guys gets rich but gets dead. I've wondered though, what would the architect do if the bad guys came to him wanting the plans and he didn't want to sell them? I mean, who's to say he actually sold the plans? He could have got blackmailed into it, and then they kill him, so there's no witnesses. Realistically, this is quite the simple premise and setup for a film. It's the buddy cop action with the black leads playing the cops that really subverts the expectations of the genre. You have cool urban cops. You got the coolest black guys you can get playing not necessarily good cops. You know, they said they weren't by the book, but they get shit done, right? M&M's was a bad choice. Sorry. I mean, Reese's. There's Martin Lawrence acting like he's going to vomit from smelling the dead body. Will Smith really cool with it. Will Smith definitely the straight man here. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. They do improvise some lines in this little exchange here. He's got a watch with a chain. Martin Lawrence's character is always concerned about the job. We're going to be out of a job. I'm going to retire. I'm retiring. Mike Lowry is like a superhero. He's a rich kid playing cop. I love the look on Martin Lawrence's face when he says that. Like, oh, I got a sick burn for you. Playing cop. Oh, it's going to be all right. These guys are like best friends, but they fight. I think, though, the fun in this movie is yet to come. The part where we do like the identity flip. You have a lot of potential for comedy in that. You can't keep doing that each movie. Oh, look, it's Bad Boys 2. Which one? Now, Will Smith has to pretend to be Martin Lawrence. I'm kind of glad they didn't stick with that. Because to play it like that, it definitely comes across as a comedy series. If you have a comedy gimmick that is represented and recycled throughout. Instead, this is an action film with a lot of comedy to it. Part of the beauty is that the action is taken seriously, and no one is willing to do that these days. Action in films is over the top. It's a gore fest. It's excessive, but so gory it's funny. Things like that happen. And then you don't really have action films. You have a superhero genre. Well, subgenre, which basically is the only bankable thing going. Aside from occasional horror film. Action is straight to video, / on demand, / Oh, Netflix doesn't make action films, but they end up there, don't they? Because they can't get any other distribution. Jesus Christ. These are my good movie watching pants. I've just got like a giant hole where my crotch goes. Christ. Téa Leoni. At the time, I don't think The Naked Truth had started up. It would start up probably fall on ABC. That was kind of like her big breakout thing. This also to some way, but this was not like a huge movie. It was the biggest movie for Sony in '95 at like 140 million. But Téa Leoni, really excellent here. Usually you'll recognize her as a blonde. But yeah, The Naked Truth was a little comedy she did on ABC about was it a tabloid reporter chick? I used to watch a little bit of it. We've got the low angle over here telling you he's got like power, a little ominous thing going. Something bad's gonna go down here. He's getting handsy quick. I didn't think Téa Leoni was that hot in this movie, but now that I'm a little older, like, jeez. Yeah. I thought she just looked okay, but like I was saying, Michael Bay gets the most out of his bitches. Welcome to the Al Capone suite. I feel like everywhere there's an Al Capone suite, right? So she's going to go upstairs to freshen up. And it's weird because it's like, oh, so your friend here is a hooker. And, well, you're not a working girl, but you're going to come along to the party. I don't know about this. It's like a blind, it's like a weird blind date for her. No, come on, it'll be fun. Of course, I think David Duchovny really liked this movie because he would shack it up with Téa Leoni. Chechki, not a tall actor, not a built actor, but boy, does he make for a good bad guy here. He just seems like business. His troops, he's rounding up. They're playing with some of the coke. You took off with my stuff. They're doing something that doesn't make a ton of sense to me. Like, we have to stick around town for a little bit because we have to cut the coke, right? Oh, what do? You like mix it with ether, and then they say it triples the value, which I don't think it would. I mean, doesn't making it not pure decrease the value? And now you're just going to sell this crack to everybody? Like, I'm not a drug lord, okay? I just play one on YouTube. Oh, you're a model? Why don't you model for me? Oh, this is going to be bad. I want you to take note of, like, the hairstyles you'll see in this movie. I don't see a lot of black girls sporting that hairdo. Téa Leoni does not look particularly out of place today. Maybe not necessarily today, but her look in the 2000s would have been fine. These guys got sharp dress on them. The suits look pretty good. Bam, through the table. Stunt double on the table. Oh, you just got kneecapped, bro. You can't talk to hookers, they talk to everybody. Almost looking like Jim Carrey. Hey, we're still friends. Yeah, sure. You pissed him off. The muscle here, it reminds me of a Goodfellas type thing, right? They seem like the old mafia guy, particularly the guy with the gray hair, the heavy guy. They call him Fergie. Yeah, he's going to have a tough time going up the stairs after. Frantically, we keep the camera moving. The shots do not remain static in this movie long. Oh, we got a little laser sight. I know Michael Bay was upset with this fall here. They have a special harness to do these falls. I thought it looked pretty good. Let's see how it goes in HD. Would she really be yelling right there? You'd yell when you fall, but go for the pool. Man, I would not. Dang, that looks good to me. They would not be hassled with that today. They'd be like, oh, well, okay, it's going to be an uncut CGI thing into the water. The camera's going to swoop around, track with her face, and show her expression on impact. That's what they would do. She jumped. Find out who she works for. I'm going to have a little snack. Driving up with the Porsche. And then things are going to get personal this time. Look at this. Look at this guy. Look familiar, right? Eddie Ming is Beck's cop. 2 points for you. Joey Pants is so good. Michael Bay mentions in the commentary track that Joey will oftentimes walk forward in front of the other actors to try to command the scene here. So it's not necessarily in the blocking, but he wants to get the dominant screen time when he's there. And I think it makes sense because he is the captain. He needs to look like an authority figure, right? Only good lead we got all day. Finder. The other set of lipstick. Yeah, let's look at those bullets in that plastic bag there, and we got a lot of flashes going off, don't we? We're taking a lot of non-digital photos. The flashes look cool, though, don't they? Nothing says crime scene like intermittent flashing. Oh, boy. Cover up. I'll look at the bokeh on the police squad cars lights back there. It looks good. Bokeh. Is it man, I remember a few years ago I was learning how to pronounce. It's bokeh. 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 Damn it! Now I feel stupid. Lewis Fields, Lois. I can never tell if I'm reading Lois, Louis, Louis, whatever. Let's go check in with the madam. And she doesn't look bad either. The power's been cut. Now this is a little slasher-like. Really, your weapon of choice is sledgehammer? Quality time was my idea. You got the double phones going. Need a full file. Probably could have brought it up on a computer. Yeah, there's a big thing going on about unlocking files in this. I'm not so sure that the police really have that kind of red tape inside. Damn, nothing's going right for Marcus. Where's Lowry? Talk to the crotch. Yeah, is this not a little slasher-like? Okay, now we got the blood on the hand. He's washing his hands in the place where he just got his kill. Mr. Sledgehammer with a beret. Well, it's creeping around in the dark, huh? Oh yeah, no one will recognize you with that stocking. Dead. And she's got strangled by the phone? Is that what we did? Gets kind of sledgehammer. Hey man, I got thrown out of a window, man. There was a slight cop sound in the background. Okay, I gotta leave. Cops and backup's coming. At that exact point, though, when the guy turns to leave, that's when the DVD, this was an early dual-sided DVD, it would skip over to the second side, and there was just this tiny little pause. Oh, so you're the witness, huh? Only talk to Mike Lowry. Well, there's all these other cops here. She talks to Mike Lowry because Mike Lowry was friend of Max. That's the only one she wants to talk to. Oh, okay, we're going to pretend that you're Mike Lowry. If the trailers played up this plot point here about the identity switch, this would have definitely sold more as a comedy. I'm not saying it would have been a bigger hit, but people would have looked at it as a comedy. No, no, not like him. No, he doesn't talk like that. Talk like him. Talk sexy. Julie Mott. The hot chicks always have these like quirky last names, quirky short last names, I swear. Now, if you were Mike Lowry, would you constantly tell yourself that you're Mike Lowry, as he does? You went to your wife for a month. Get out of the chair. More helicopter shots. Does the skyline look like that in Miami still? Maybe some. I'm going to imagine that this apartment is now unlivable at whatever rate they're charging these days. This was shot, I think it was December 94. And it was at its coldest over in Miami at the time. I'm Mike Lowry. Check out this shot here. Kind of like something you'd see CSI or Thief, which I recently watched. I'll probably have a video up at some point here. Oh, swings away. You never met him. Me. This movie is so damn funny and such a good action movie without making fun of the action. We get a little bump of grind. The wrong answer. Yeah, she swings like a girl. Look at how much more screen time Martin Lawrence is getting here out of scenes like this. Hell, Mike Lowry been on the ground real quick, and now we got a long scene with Marcus Burnett. No one can turn lights on in this movie. Everything dimly lit. We got candles. We don't have overhead lights. It makes for an attractive AF movie, man. There's not like a lot of key lighting in this either. Like a comedy would typically the lighting's so even, like there's a high key thing going, and so there's like no shadows. This, you got plenty of shadows. That was a cop that threw the party at the Biltmore. I'm not dealing with any other cops, only Mike Lowry. So we're going to do witness protection, but at your place. Michael Bay complains about that hole in the door, says it looks like a big pizza. Honestly, nobody's complaining about that. We think it looks cool. He's got the SPAS 12 shotgun, the cool movie shotgun right there. She's got two little dogs, right? Is she a photographer? Is that what all the pictures all over the place be about? Bad guy down. These are not the most over-the-top action scenes, but they look great. They're snappy, they're loud. Bad Boys 2 takes action to new, unforetold places. Like, they quadrupled down on the action in that movie. And Bad Boys 3 looks like it's drastically scaled back on the action from the trailer. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, damn, this movie's awesome. Slide over the hood. All cops do it. I've got the little beads in the car. See, yep, Get that Volvo wagon on going. Yeah, we're booking. I like these guys giving a little chewing out to each other. How do people look stuff up through license plates? I can't even do that shit now in 2019. Oh no, it's a family stage. You have a baby seat in the back. Oh my god. Is it really worth freaking out? We got away. As unplausible as it would be, the sequel Missing Taya Leone, that does kind of suck. I'll book your ass. It says in the I'll book your narrow ass. He actually says. And I try to watch these with the captions on, or to kind of keep up with the dialogue in the film as I'm talking over it. My place? Oh yeah, that's right. Mike Lowry's place. If we don't get a good helicopter shot of the apartment, so we'll just quickly pan down the sign up front. This guy here, I think he was on. He was like the top cop dude in an episode or two of Monk, and he had a hairpiece in that. There was a joke. I think he was also on Becker. Oh, hey, you want to bribe me? Huh? Yeah, I'm going to need more money. He's making it look, it looks to him like he's got a side chick he's taken over to Mike's place. You want a doorman. You need a doorman at your place for security. Doorman or gated community. If you don't, the homeless will come and set up on your lawn. Look at him with that coordinated. He's got the maroon and maroon vest going. Yeah. It's quirky enough. It's not out of style. Look at all the smoke in here. That theatrical smoke is largely outlawed now. Oh, well, it's a carcinogen. It's toxic. Look how pretty it fills the scene. Movies looked smoky in the 90s, man. It looked great. Yeah, it's my place, but I don't know where anything is, so I trip over stuff. One of my freaks. Yeah, I hadn't really heard girls being referred to as freaks like that so much. It seemed like something that Scott Steiner really ran off with, right? Like he's always talking about his freaks. Where is Will Smith, you may ask? Yep, told you. This is the Martin Lawrence movie. I like the honesty in this kind of exchange here as he tries to continue the lie. I said something about the deal's going down 4 days. Just a little what I heard. I took it all in. Everything be all right. Making another movie reference there. A little bit of Terminator stuff. Oh, you done so quick, huh? One of those guys. It ain't like that, Chet. Oh, right, yeah, a witness. Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, but he lives here. I can't not let him upstairs. I could lose my job. Oh, trust me. No, you sit here. Chet doesn't return in Bad Boys 2. Oh, John Sally, that's his name. He'll be showing up later. He does return for 2. Will he return for 3? I don't really think they have much use for him in 3. I could be wrong. Oh, damn. Oh, it was in my pocket. See, I just put my hand in there, and oh, there it is. Is it, gals, is it really that big of a deal if your guy doesn't have his wedding ring on? Swoop around the police car. Try to keep the camera going every scene. And he just starts rattling off all this stuff, and he's like, look, I got a headache, shut up. Dude, how you getting a Power Ranger stuck up your ass? Those were not the smallest figures. Showing off the Art Deco architecture here. Look at that police station. Unbelievable police station, huh? Your police station has an escalator. I got this partner. I got this bullshit. Quite a quotable movie that people don't quote. I like this scene up here too. Got a little gym. A bit of a jump cut there as he was ready to dribble and everything. Okay, so you're telling me you're out there shooting free throws with a cigar lit? So much intensity here from Joey Pants. And terrible shot. Comically bad shot. I haven't killed anybody yet today, Captain. Still sticking with the vests we are. You're him, you're you. Except around her, right? Yeah. Whoop. He makes a joke here about Michael Jordan. Yeah, well, you're going to be retired like him if you... Michael Jordan had come out of retirement by the time this movie premiered. As far as I know. Will Smith not entirely in focus there, but okay. You know, it was tougher to get people in focus back then. If you wanted to shoot a scene with the shallow depth of field like this here, you didn't get to see what the camera necessarily saw. You would have to set up like a video camera and try to monitor the video camera as the director. Now the DP could look through and you wouldn't really have the tools to measure this out right. It would take some careful planning, more so than it does today. And you know, back then you're burning up film too. Now everything's just so expendable. You just got files. Can we really have him shooting that bad? It's a little over the top. You won't last 5 minutes with my family. We don't really see even 5 minutes of Will Smith being the family guy. It's really only when Martin Lawrence has to check in on him. There we go. Everybody wants to be like Mike. You're going to be retired like him too. I'd have dunked it on your ass. Really, you're going to say that to the captain? And no, I don't think you're going to be dunking. Martin Lawrence might be, what, maybe 5'8"? Yo, we're going on an important police conference. Or I am. They say, go have a Coke and a smile. Oh, here it comes. Yeah, still sticking around. Look at that vibrant blue blazer, man. It's like the perfect look, isn't it? He's got like this ribbed sweater t-shirt mock turtleneck thing going. With the blazer, it's looking like business. You take the blazer off, now you're in action mode. Look at the look on his face, so expressive. Mike. Yeah, we got to operate out of a boat. That's what we do. This is my chemistry set. La la la. Look how he gets up in people's personal space here. Oh, his name's Elliot? I thought he said idiot. This guy here, he's got to look like he's familiar. I'm going to have to look him up. You know, like, it's just one of these things. So what's the deal with what they're trying to do? You cheapen the product so that you can sell it quicker? I mean, you mentioned something about having a buyer already, right? Yeah, I'm dressed. I'm just kind of shaving my legs. Yeah. Oh, I'm not going to try to look at that. I'm going to be kind of changing my focus around a little bit of back to the camera. Oh, you're wondering why Will Smith's in all these pictures, right? Well, when I save him, he puts one up. When he saved me, I put one up. Just a little reminder. I'll tell you, even the more pedestrian scenes in this movie look great to me. That he was your who? What? A little more taboo in '95. Not that there's anything wrong with that type thing. You feel the dents in the bed? It's from all that. That's how I get down. That's sweet. Gonna have her look at some files with the smoky, no lights on. Yep. Yeah, I don't eat flesh. My bologna has a first name. Man, I haven't had bologna in a while. Then there's a little bit of a drop in the sound here, this type thing, because it's like he's getting a little upset. Maybe when you think about where your food comes from, it's kind of unappetizing, right? Oh yeah, the pickle's got a lot of salt, but I'm just gonna wash it in this Coke. We're just gonna. Oh, hey, there's a guy. Go back. Is it Noah Trapacante? Is that what they call him? Man, did she get her teeth adjusted? I don't remember her teeth looking all Tom Cruisey like that. And Chino, he'd be running them hose up there. Oh, your dad gonna tell you about that. He's got the replica. Is that a replica Bulls jersey? It looks like, or is it replica Heat's jersey? I didn't get a good look there, but you could see it had the little champion logo in the corner, so it's a replica with the print numbers instead of sewn. Noah Traficante. I've never come across anybody with a name like that. Hey, that's my silk shirt. Oh, it is kind of nice. I'm telling you, the captions here, the closed captioning, what have you, it's not keeping up with Martin Lawrence. He just said it's nice. He definitely, it's kind of nice like that. Here's the file. Worked at Club Hell. Thank you. Okay. It's weird that she gives those lines off camera. Got to call your wife. Look at that computer right there. It's got that 90s off-white look, you know? The desktop, it's not a tower. Hell, after towers aren't even a thing no more, really. For like a power gaming platform, right? Like that's really what you'd have a tower set up for, and does it go on the desk or below usually, right? Yeah, has the potty training. Who did he have any kids young enough to be doing that? Phone's been hung up here. So what? So you want to remove? Yeah, what you wearing? No, don't, no, baby. A lot of the comedy in this comes from that identity swap. Bad Boys 2 doesn't really have the same gimmick, and so I think it really does overcompensate with the action. Now, if you recognize her, she was the scarred hooker in Unforgiven. Look at that screen. Oh boy. I'm sorry, I just can't get in. I tried. It's just me against the world. Oh, hey, Mr. Lowry. Hey, Mr. Lowry. A day or two to get the Eddie Dominguez file, guys. That is a plot point in 95, apparently. I don't know what the hell she's kind of wearing here. I mean, it's like almost like a bondage schoolgirl type thing. Got like this little skirt deal going. She has kind of a light goth thing going with like the choker also. But damn, look how fit and skinny she was. And I didn't think she was a skinny chick in the movie at the time, but now, yeah, she's like supermodel body compared to what we got these days, right? Everybody's got to be thick. I don't know why, but giant ass is in. You want to protect custody? You at my home. You ain't going to no club. Chet is very good. Oh hey, I like the way how the dogs just get all up on the couch and. Because if that was mine, I'd be pissed. Oh, he just shits. If you're looking strictly at the script, it doesn't come across that funny, but Martin Lawrence and Will Smith are guys who can make comedy out of the delivery. There's not really a lot of people who can do that right now. Kevin Smith tries to make comedy out of delivery. He has bad lines and he just way oversells it to some kind of like coon performance. And here comes one of his freaks, right? He says me and you, me and you. Maybe she thought he's pointing at her. Oh, so what is her deal? She's a masseuse that shows up at your place wearing almost nothing, covered up in see-through. That's her walking around town clothes. And she dresses like that to give you a massage. You threw Yvette out? Also a model, not actually an actress. She told me. Yeah. He's like, oh, a titty hanging out. No, it wasn't. You and I are going to have a talk. Everybody gets into an argument. Please. I don't know why, but my phone just up and restarted. It do some kind of update I didn't know about. I do not set auto updates on. Here we are, KFMDM. KFMDM. Juke Joint Jezebel. This song also used in Mortal Kombat. I think Mortal Kombat has the Metropolis mix. Is that what they call it? Or the Marauder mix? With a little bit of a Pew! Laser sound in it. Look at the guns we got stashed. Oh yeah, we got walkies, binoculars. Are we just going for something symbolic here with pointing the gun at him? I love the editing here. Look how quickly that is cut together. We're going back to the eyes, witnessing the murder. You get that we're having a little flashback there. And you know what she intends to do. Walks out with some authority. This is a bank. This was a closed bank that they transformed into Club Hell. By the way, well, Club Hell for this movie. It looks fantastic, doesn't it? I would love to go to this place. When you get inside, you see a sweeping shot. There's all kinds of weird stuff, but you do see the general old-timey Art Deco-y bank layout. Oh, we ain't even trying to compare body counts. This is a big part of the trailer that they show. Talking about who's killed how many people today. Bam. Look, okay, look, they got this weird body mannequin wrapped in Reynolds wrap stuff going, huh? Look at the way girls look and dress back then. Yeah, we're getting low here. That's the Playboy Victoria's Secret style shooting stuff we're doing here. Check out the strobe effect. Thumping bass. Really, these guys are going to hang out at a club. They need to be worrying about booking it out of town. You don't go rob in the city and then hang around like that. If you're hearing some weird vibrate thing, that's my phone. I think I freighted the end of the power cable that plug in. It's an iPhone. It's got the lightning at the bottom. This is Dink's Angels playing. Very grungy bathroom. And if you're wondering what's in the toilet, it's Gatorade. Nice kick to the head. He's being choked out with this bag. Up against the mirror. We're getting a lot of use out of this bathroom. It looks really great. Almost Jackie Chan-like, assaulting him with a found object, huh? So you got these dancers that are not quite strippers, but they're, I don't know, in a kind of stripper-like setting and format, aren't they? Do you really want the aquarium in the bathroom, like everybody looking in? And that's I think Gatorade and Coca-Cola. Stabbing westward playing. We keep a lot of low angles in this movie, shooting up a lot of silhouette there. Definitely keeping the flames in the foreground on this shot. This ain't the time. I'll just look around for this guy. It's going to be real easy to spot him if he stays up there constantly looking through the window. Then we're going to have the score kick in when she recognizes... actually, she went there to go get Noah. Takes aim at Fouché, right? Yeah, we don't have metal detectors. Nobody's getting patted down to come into this club. That's why it's Club Hell, baby. She does get a shot off. Oh, I'll tell you what. You want to, if you're going to block someone's shot, like try to throw their arm off, you want to shoot You want them shooting up, not down. She could have hit anybody. In fact, it's highly likely she did shoot somebody. Girls screaming, but they're wearing short skirts. Girls don't wear skirts anymore. Hero shot, jumping over. We got this shirtless goon in the club. Not much of a dress code. We're in a hurry. We're going to take the slowest vehicle here. All right, now keep an eye on Martin Lawrence's arms as he's trying to steer this truck. Look at all the play in the steering wheel. All right, so you're being chased by an old Mustang. Fair. Your friend Action Jackson here. Movie reference that I don't think a lot of people picked up on. Doesn't she call somebody else Jim Brown at some point? Tackling her. Extremely flammable ether. Not just regular ether, but the extremely flammable kind. Oh yeah, we're hanging out. We got a shotgun. This has an almost Terminator 2 look, doesn't it? All this blue. I think this is an effective enough, exciting car chase here, but boy, do they take car chase to new places in Bad Boys 2. Now, they're not really going anywhere in these shots. They're kind of like in a studio, just aiming some lights behind them. And I don't think Martin Lawrence is really given a lot of direction on where he's supposed to be steering. Or he's supposed to be taking a left, right? Throw that ether out. Kind of Terminator 2-like, huh? Hanging on to the nets. Look at the explosions, the flames, actual explosions in a movie, guys. You remember that shit? Boom. They are done. And there's cables connected there. That was the roof. Yeah, the cables you would want to CGI out these days or just do entirely differently. You could... I don't think the cable ruins the illusion of people. I mean, there's people who know to look for it, but so what? I would rather have an actual car blowing up than a CGI car that didn't need cables to explode the way you wanted it to. Also, cables get brought up a lot when it comes to rolling vehicles in movies. Because a lot of that is, you drop the car in like neutral and you tow it. And we got the news over here, talking to these guys who I think would be shot at these days. Now we got Will Smith sporting the vest. He's got, it's a party in the back, business in the front, really. All right, well, it's business in the front, party in the back, right? Like, look at all the crazy 90s design in the back there with the... There's an art style for that. I don't know the name. It's a Afrocentric type thing, but usually that's considered like solid colors. Ah, shit. I think I'm getting a... let's see. It's a little late in the day for the fake phone calls, but I think that's what I'm getting here. It's kind of vibrating and... Shit. Should I just put this on like do not... like... airplane mode? There we go. Look at... They just drop into a liquor store. This is not a convenience store, guys. Like, this is straight liquor store. Look at this. A liquor store that has shampoo. We need to go talk to our boy Jojo. Use the process to cut the heroin. I think I said cocaine earlier. Quadruples the value. Immigrant dude sees the he gets robbed a lot apparently. Has the digit in it. He doesn't say he gets robbed a lot. You read that from as the posters. He has the Desert Eagle. I think that's the 50 caliber. You're not police officers. I'm not stupid. Oh, yeah, you have a badge? Oh, yeah, I got badges. You want to see badges? Mother bitch. I like how you get the sense maybe he's new to the country. He doesn't quite have the colorful metaphors. What is it that Spock was using in Star Trek 4? I kill you? First I do you, do him. No, what? No, help me. What? Here we are showing this is how they get out of these situations, as we saw in the opening scene. You know what? I'm just going to leave. No, you freeze. Bam. She wasn't in on this. They got little tiny guns there. And some chiclets. Oh, it's Skittles. Damn it. Collins Park. I don't have to look up, see if that exists. Make yourself at home. It's your bed. I think that's an open invitation, or are we not allowed to read it that way, guys? I'm watching out for the bad boys. Baggy jeans, Donny got. I think jeans got way baggier after this. Jinko had some incredibly baggy jeans late 90s. Really about 97 was probably peak jean bagginess in America. I mean, shit, kids were making fun of you at school for not having baggy enough jeans. I'm feeling a little, I don't know, think you feel a little funny. Not that kind of funny. Funny. And he says something here like, when I come with the thunder. I didn't get that joke for a while. Keep an eye on that dog. Does that dog move around during scenes here? Between shots? Speaking of saving myself for marriage, I need to check in on the family. And in like a shot of him with the afro. Yeah, there we go. You used to be able to make fun of somebody having an afro. The afro was so unpopular in the 90s. She seems to be really into Will Smith's character. And even at the end of the movie, I think they get handcuffed together, and it's like, you two sort this out, whatever. Kind of would have liked to have seen them do something. If they were a romantic couple, they could have used that into. That's really the only way you could bring her into the movie. But even then, you can't keep with the identity swap. That dog's now turned over to its side. Oh yeah, not with a guy like that. Oh yeah. You want, as a movie star, for characters to be talking you up. Oh, yeah, he's so desirable, right? There's a scene coming up where there's a foot chase, and oh, put it back in, put it back in. Oh, yeah, my grandparents thought that was hilarious. Just picks up the phone, hears that. Doesn't know she's talking about a photo. Oh, we taking the Porsche here right now, and you're going to be handcuffed to the steering wheel, lady. It's my car. I don't know how to work it. There goes the windshield wipers. Now, there is a weird inconsistency with the seats here. I don't see the Porsche crest on the seat, the seat headrest back. They were there earlier. So were there two of these cars and Michael Bay bought one? Or bought one off the movie so he'd have the movie car? You want to have movie cars, guys. Movie cars go up in value. Gosh, this guy has so many goons, doesn't he? Can't keep it straight. How much would this house cost now? Enough for a cop? I would say that, I don't know Miami real estate too well, but I would say it's at least $1 million house, right? Oh yeah, that doesn't look stable. Big crash. Look at all the trash cans. That's one family. Shit. Oh yeah, good old Sprite bottle. They still look kind of like that, don't they? Got into action quick there. No, we don't gotta shoot them. They're gonna shoot each other. It's unbelievable. Into the pool, which has water still. You didn't dump that out when you were done playing? Now you start to see that these guys are not bad. You might be kind of surprised here. Sanchez Ruiz, not bad dudes. They weren't in on it. Been your partner for 6 years and your boy all my life. Feel like 6 years is not very long as a cop now, doesn't it? But look at if in the third movie. Okay, so they've been cops for 6 years. What, 89? They've been like detective for 30 years. And the captain, I mean, he's been how long has he been a cop? Shit. Oh, yeah, look at this guy break so easily here. Okay, you yelled at me. I look a little bit like Sid Vicious. Man, these guys got brought in and got it easy. Everybody else gets gunned down. That's his whole name, Fouché. Watching the house was my first gig. How sweet. Does that make you union? You are reassigned. Nah, 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 nah. You almost expect them to make out by the end of the movie, don't you? Hey, how was your weekend? I just spent it locked up the steering wheels. still sticking with Mike Lowry's wardrobe, ain't he? You know what? Now that I think about it, doesn't the appearance of Tay Leone in this and the way she's dressed, I said she had this like light goth thing going. Isn't that a little? Doesn't she look a bit like Megan Fox in Transformers? Hmm. Maybe Transformers 2, a little bit. She had a little bit of a biker type thing going, right? Yeah, this is not the way cops are supposed to be doing stuff right here, but it's effective. So sad. Now you think that they're doing an act here, and then afterwards, Martin Lawrence is like, "Oh yeah, so yeah, that was a good trick. I went fooling, you know." All right, I'll tell you what. I don't know everything, but about everything, but all right, take it. Tell us the one guy. Come on. Did they ever go to this coconut grove to find this guy? Oh yeah, and since you didn't kill me, you get some white wall tires too. Who's putting white wall tires on a car in '95? Oh yeah, don't they? Yeah, there's like a little stakeout, and they see some guys leaving, and that's about it, right? Ooh, she can't believe she went there. You don't know? This is Mike Lowry. Oh, look at that beautiful shot. That'd be a drone now, wouldn't it? You think they even rent helicopters for movie stuff, unless it involves Tom Cruise? We're taking off in a Land Rover Defender truck. That's a Defender 90's a two-door, but I thought it had more seating than that. The Defender is actually just coming back to the U.S. Their last year in the U.S. was '97. They kept making them up till about a year ago for every other market. And how they're redesigned, they look kind of toy-like. Oh, look, it's almost like he knows somebody's watching him. He's got his binoculars out there, too. I earned a peek, really? Oh, boy. Do they not notice this? I mean, yeah, they spotted the cops. What movie are they watching here? A car flipping over in the tunnel. Oh, they recognize Dad right quick. The mom, she's Teresa Randall, right? Hadn't seen her in a whole lot outside of the Bad Boys franchise. Oh, wow, we actually got light into your apartment. Ah, handcuff key. Comes in handy later. Yep, some doorman work this is, huh? Oh, is Will Smith wearing a Jordan shoe of some sort? Chet with the veggie burger. How tough was it to come across a veggie burger then? Oh, so this is the girl, huh? Raising my eyebrow. I'm here to kill my husband, Marcus Burnett. The tall one or the short one? The short one. Yeah, thought so. She's onto it. Oh, and now the gig is up. Da, na, na, da, na, 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 na. I don't know the lyrics to Renegade. I know you think we've been humping, but there ain't none of that. Baby, listen. She's a material witness. Leave me and Mrs. Burnett. Yeah. And Mike. Actually, they might be pretty happy living there. That should be having a slant. We're talking about, as relevant as that is now, everybody talks about the media being biased. Then that wasn't something that was brought up so much back then. Marcus, Mike, Kojak, whatever your name is. Now, how did the bad guys come to Mike Lowry's place? How did they track that back? Then you see the white girl. But ain't nobody humping. Isn't she an eyewitness? Not a material witness. Isn't material witness like a expert testimony type thing? And there's the bad guys in the background. The viewer doesn't notice them yet, but they're there, and now there's the low angle on the enemy, the villain. Oh, we got that smoky look over here too. Gives the eye signal. It's almost like she signals these are the guys to him with that close up on the eye. And he reads it with his cop intuition, and they're going guns blazing. Kind of, you guys stand here and shoot, and we're going to move the camera in and around. Oh, they got a concierge got shot, but not Chet. Oh, good thing they're strapped already. Man, I gotta look up this little dude with the mustache. Oh, they got a hostage. I'm not so sure they need a hostage, but okay. 911, Chet here. Like, yeah, you guys know about you. I'm working with the cops, right? I'm keeping everybody calm. I know. And look at that real quick. Martin Lawrence's whole side thing, wife in trouble, all that has just been resolved. I love you, Marcus. Boom, it's off. We don't need to dwell on that. Look at this stuff here as Will Smith is running shirtless. This is this type of stuff that, it's not quite this scene, but it's coming up. There's a slow-mo shot of him running that he really credits for making him a movie star. Most of America would think that he was a movie star with Independence Day. But, perhaps if not for this being a quality film that made bank, maybe he wouldn't have been cast in Independence Day. My dad swears that Wesley Snipes should have been in Independence Day. I like we just have a tiny little bit of slow-mo here and there. Listen to that music kick in, and there's like some luxury apartment place over here. Look at how stark it is. They're using it for a photo shoot. Oh yeah, we're shooting real film here. Girls in the bikinis. Bikini bottoms are not shaped the way they were in the 90s. It was more of a pulled up thong, high over the waist shape. They don't do that anymore. Now it's like straight across, lower ride. I like this right here. You look great. These old ladies, they need that reassuring, don't they? A little bit of slow-mo as we come into the paraplegic basketball team. We're like, oh no, this is going to go bad. Bam, must have shot the shit out of a cabbie. Here we go. The shot that made Will Smith a movie star. Martin Lawrence gets his little dove action in there. Actually, it was probably a pigeon. Not quite. Shit, who is it that does the doves? John Woo, right? Not quite a John Woo thing, but... on paper, this is low stuff. This is, okay, the car just crashes over here, but look how exciting this is. You get a sense of danger. Look, there's a car actually coming towards somebody. Whoom. Throws him out of the way. Not an easy thing to do. Rolls, gun pointed at him, decides not to take the shot. It looks great. Now we're about to see the iconic shot of the movie that everybody... oh, it's a Michael Bay thing. We're rotating around the heroes here. They'll probably end up doing that in Bad Boys 3. I think I might have saw a bit of that in the newest trailer. Didn't he say he already put a bullet in his chemist? Yeah, he doesn't like people messing with his timetable. All right, Francine, what you hiding? And then she just kind of comes in here and does like that 24 thing. Oh, well, now we're taking over. We have the authority. We've got this permission slip saying that you're no longer on the case. Da-da-da. That's really all she does. I don't think it's that necessary. Does it put any more pressure on the situation to have somebody else in the precinct coming after the captain? The deal goes down in 4 hours. You have 2 hours to find them. Why? There's John Sally. And we're going to play a little joke here. He's got like these giant, thick glasses, and he's kind of getting picked on, and boom, yeah, he's tall. I got put in jail for hacking. It took some days to get him out long enough to try to get him at a computer to help them crack into this file. That's the gag. but Marcus Burnett ain't having none of that. You sit down, right? And they do that from POV of John Sally, but you kind of see that wide angle look. Uh-oh. So this is why the file was encrypted and stuff, because he was dating Francine, the secretary. Spouse. It says girlfriend. And then we have a weird, awkward thing here where she's like, he took some dirty pictures, sent them to my kid's school, and revenge porn before it was a thing, guys. Put them up on the bulletin board at my kid's school. Unless I gave them narcotics information. But I never gave them you. I didn't rat you guys out. I have their mobile phone number. Ooh, did they smash? Was it a burner phone? Huh? We don't have a lot of time. Let's go here. Here's your tissue. We're leaving. Yeah, creepy guy with a mustache has to be creepy, doesn't he? Look at that phone there. He's got like the flip. Yep. Look at them computers in action, guys. Oh yeah, we got several monitors set up to show us redundant information because it looks cool. Hey, you guys want some action today? Because shit's gonna get real. Oh yeah, of course the guy playing the Cuban here is supposed to be into Desi Arnaz. You almost get the sense that these guys also have their own over-the-top thing that they have to be doing at this time. Like, hey, we're just on a break because we're over here kicking ass in our own action movie. We're going to have a drug deal at this hangar, and it looks awesome. This guy, this Lee Corso-looking dude with the white suit, I need to look that guy up. He looks intimidating as all shit, doesn't he? Hey, I need everybody. It's like he's Commissioner Gordon in Dark Knight Rises, right? You just bring everybody. We're calling all cars. Only I don't know where I need them. You got to put them down in the sewer, man. Put all the cops in the sewer. That's the winning move. I think we're supposed to be under the impression that's an actual Shelby Cobra right there, which very expensive at the time of this movie. Very, very much more expensive now. So he has $180 million in cash. I don't think $100 bills are going to do it. You're going to need the old school $1,000 bills to get $180 million in cash. Unless maybe he had a plane full of this shit. Because I think generally, isn't it like $1 million per aluminum briefcase when they're hundreds? Look at this weird transfer thing, right? I gotta wonder how this works. We got 90 million coming in the Swiss bank. Are they transferring via 1995 cell phone? Was that 1G? Could you do data like that? Just a little exchange there, just adding a little character between them. In our front trunk, we've got body armor, we got guns. My shit always works sometimes. And we're going to crash in with the garbage truck. You know, not the most terrible plan, but it kind of... At least those guys are armored. They think it's a setup. It's not. He's not working with the cops. You know, to the benefit of Will Smith's plan here, he's got them shooting at each other some. That makes things a little more manageable, doesn't it? And for some reason, everybody's got to go put on, like, I don't know, like, what are they, painting? Got these coveralls. I'm not really sure why the henchmen would have a uniform like that. Is that more ether? Roll on the ground, glass breaking. Oh, yep, ether, and there we go. More explosions, fire, cool. Yeah, we need to make sure there's some guys standing on the scaffolding for the hell of it. And also, you guys, get on the wing, because that looks cool. Yeah, I would not want to hide behind the propane tank. Another nice roll. Uh-oh, he sees Julie. What are we going to do? You ever run across a Taya? I never met a Taya. Damn, nice tackle right there. And I think she calls him Jim Brown. Shot in the right leg. Oh, ow. Here, I think Will Smith's going to... Yeah, he's got to fight a black dude here. A few punches, things. I think he's about to take out the guy with the shotgun. This guy's plan is to get aboard the plane that's not going anywhere. This is a cool shot. Forgot your boarding pass. We got more ether to explode, baby. They could have called this movie Ether, couldn't they? Bam! Throws him out when they threw him out of the plane, that was a shot that Michael Bay had to pay out of pocket for, as they were over budget. He had to pay everybody the overtime, all that stuff, because he just had this idea that we need to get that one shot. He sees the movie in theaters, the audience applauds when that guy gets lit up like that. Electrocution. No cops were harmed in the making of this. It's a setup. Okay, I'm just going to run over here, grab the car. Hope that the keys are in the glove box. There probably isn't a glove box in a race car, but, you know, the keys are somewhere. This is a fast car. This is basically a race car that could be on the road. It's the car that inspired the Bill Cosby album, but Bill Cosby at 200 miles per hour. Actually, you know what? I think he had a special one that with a particularly high amount of horsepower, like a Super Snake, that Carroll Shelby built for him. Or maybe he put the engine in something else. Like, he made a request later. Look at these guys flying from the flames. And you got the new German technology car going up against the old American muscle. I don't think that this particular 911 is that good looking, but boy, did they shoot it nice. And I prefer, like, the 96 turbo was more attractive. That 993, what was this? Was it 964? What was I don't remember the number designation model, but yeah, you can see turbo 3.6 on the back. You shot me. Shot Julie. Oh yeah, run in with Jim Brown over here. Yeah. Oh, now he mad. Dun 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 dun. Is this movie car available? Because this would be a great investment. What are you doing? Getting it out of the way. Yeah, they would be in a shitload of trouble. Probably, honestly, couldn't catch up with this car. Maybe a modern hypercar would have a shot. I mean, it's not a slow car, and it was already going. Oh, yeah, this is sweet. You really get the sense that someone's going to crash in this game of chicken here. Oh, spun. Oh, bam, made it. You just about think you lost a mirror. They probably could have just killed him here. For some reason, they didn't think that was good enough. So they have to trade shots with them. But that's not Chechki right there. This is not Chechki walking out of the car. This was stuff that they shot afterwards. You can see that the tarmac is now black where his hand was touching. They have him running off, but they never showed him getting out of the car. Or they never filmed it, so they had to go back in and do it. And now it's like Lethal Weapon in a way, how it's like everybody has to get a shot in on the bad guy. Oh, it's not good enough if Martin Lawrence does it. In my contract, it says I get to kill the bad guy. Or we all contribute to killing him. You get these kind of weird contracts with The Rock and Jason Statham now, where it's like Jason Statham can't lose a fight in a movie. He can't be beaten up, and like The Rock can't lose either. So it's like they have to, if they're going to fight each other, it has to be a disqualification type thing. You didn't think about 5 o'clock, but you have a hole in your leg. Come on, do it. He like puts his eye up to the gun. He ain't even worth it. And you see like the glimmer from the light kind of bounces off onto Martin Lawrence, and then he turns and you shoot him. Yeah. I'd say I need a police vest like that, but I could see myself getting majorly arrested. Oh, there it is. Bam, bam, boom, boom, boom. Oh, getting shot up like an OCP executive. You always be getting emotional after a gunfight. Now they're having a little laugh. Okay. He's got to go get his quality time, right? I know it's not aerodynamic, but I miss having the police lights on top of the cars. There needs to be more of a distinguishing factor. Around where I live, it's like all the cops are driving Ford Explorers. No one has a Ford Explorer except cops. Oh, locking her up. Does she still have the key? You won, Mike Lowrey. You got him. Whole movie, he wanted that quality time. We never got to see it. Oh no, wait, no paramedics on me. He's working on his explanation to his wife. That's nice. Wait, I don't got any keys. Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? So there you go, guys. That's Bad Boys, 1995, one of my favorites. What do you think of the movie? Comment below. Till next time. Yeah, I guess next I'll be talking about Bad Boys 2. See ya.